Happy Halloween, everyone. I hope you all having a wonderful day. I know you all look so cute in your costumes. I even decided to wear one, well, it's kind of half of a costume. Look, I'm calling myself Batgirl. I just have a bat shirt. It's an old costume that I just kind of recycled and I'm using again. I just added some black pants to it. So I'm sure you can figure out that today's video will be about I'm going to do a really quick and cute Halloween centerpiece for my table. So before we get into the design, I'm just going to give you all a brief history on Halloween. I think it's okay that we want to celebrate Halloween, but sometimes we don't know the history and why we do it. So I just like to read a brief history about it and then we'll get into the design. Okay. So I'm going to be reading from www.history.com about Halloween. I'm just going to kind of skip through a couple of things that they wrote because it's a lot. I didn't realize that was there. It was that expansive of a history. So I'm just going to read a few things and then we'll get into the design. Okay, so Halloween is a day celebrated each year on October 31st. And Halloween 2022 will occur on Monday, October 31st. The tradition originated with the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. Hopefully I'm saying that right. When people would light bonfires and wear costumes to ward off ghosts. In the 18th century, Pope George III designated November 1st as a time to honor our saints. Soon, All Saints Day incorporated some of the traditions of Samhain. The evening before was known as All Hallows Eve and later Halloween. Over time, Halloween evolved into a day of activities like trick-or-treating, carving jack-o'-lanterns, festive gatherings, donning costumes, and eating treats. Ancient origins of Halloween. Halloween's origins date back to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. I was completely saying it wrong. The Celts, who lived 2,000 years ago, mostly in the area that is now Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France, celebrated their new year on November 1st. This day marked the end of summer and the harvest and the beginning of dark, cold winter, a time of year that was often associated with human death. Celts believed that on the night before the new year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred. On the night of October 31st, they celebrated Samhain, when it was believed that the ghosts of the dead returned to earth. Okay, I'm just skipping through. To commemorate the event, Druids built huge sacrifice bonfires where the people gathered to burn crops and animals as sacrifices to the Celtic deities. During the celebration, the Celts wore costumes typically consisting of animal heads and skins and attempted to tell each other's fortunes. Okay. By AD 43, the Roman Empire had conquered the majority of Celtic territory. In the course of the 400 years that they ruled the Celtic lands, two festivals of Roman origin were combined with the traditional Celtic celebration of Samhain. The first were Feralia, hopefully I said that right, a day in late October, where the Romans traditionally commemorated the passing of the dead. The second was a day to honor Pomona, the Roman goddess of fruit and trees. The symbol of Pomona is the apple, and the incorporation of this celebration in Samhain probably explains the tradition of bobbing for the apples that is practiced today on Halloween. Halloween comes to America. The celebration of Halloween was extremely limited in colonial New England because of the rigid Protestant belief systems there. Halloween was much more common in Maryland, where I currently live, and the southern colonies, as the beliefs and customs of different European ethnic groups and the American Indians, we now call them American Native Americans, meshed. A distinctly American version of Halloween began to emerge. The first celebrations included play parties, which were public events held to celebrate the harvest. Neighbors would share stories of the dead, tell each other's fortunes, dance, and sing. Sorry. Colonial Halloween festives also featured the telling of ghost stories and mischief making of all kinds. By the middle of the 19th century, annual autumn festivals were common, but Halloween was not yet celebrated everywhere in the country. In the second half of the 19th century, America was flooded with new immigrants. These new immigrants, especially the millions of Irish fleeing the Irish potato famine, helped to popularize the celebration of Halloween nationally. And then the history of trick-or-treating. Borrowing from European traditions, Americans began to dress up in costumes and go house to house asking for food or money, a practice that eventually became today's trick-or-treat tradition. Young women believed that on Halloween they could divine the name of or appearance of their future husband by doing tricks with yarn, apple parings, and mirrors. If only it were that so easy. In the late 1800s, there was a move in America to mold Halloween into a holiday more about community and neighborly get-togethers than about ghost pranks and witchcraft. At the turn of the century, Halloween parties for both children and adults became the most common way to celebrate the day. Parties focused on games, foods of the season, and festive costumes. Parents were encouraged by the newspapers and community leaders to take anything frightening or grotesque out of Halloween celebrations. Because of these efforts, Halloween lost most of its superstition and religious overtones by the beginning of the 20th century. So that was it. That was the history of Halloween. Like I said, if you want to go back to www.history.com, it gives you much more information. I just kind of read some brief things about it, so now you can understand why we have a lot of the traditions that we have, why a lot of it has some, darkness in it, but where trick-or-treating came from. It was very intriguing to me when I first read it. So now you know why we have all these customs. For me personally, I don't really like the dark side of it. So I just like the dressing up and the decorating and the candy. I won't ever have any types of gore, blood. Ugh, it's just too much for me. But anyway, now it's time to get back into the design. Alright, so now it's time to get into the Halloween centerpiece. So of course, I got all of my items from the Dollar Tree. So let me show you what I have. I had this really cute tray that says "Stay Spooky." Of course, some really, I love this kind of almost like a copper polka dot pumpkins, 2 jack-o'-lanterns, and then my spider, all from the Dollar Tree. So let's put this together. All right, of course, we can put our spider friend here. Then our 4 pumpkins. Gonna put 2 on each side. I love these because they're very sparkly. I'm a sparkle girl. And of course, when there's always a tinge of gold, I'm here for it. Oops, let's see if we can get this to act right. It's here. Put the other one here. Alright, there you go. You gotta make the legs cooperate. And then I could have been finished, but of course we want to add our jack-o'-lanterns. So, I didn't realize this. I was just picked these up. I didn't realize that these actually had this at the bottom. And look. Oh, they light up. So you can sit. Sit this here, this one here, and then I already took the other one, which is how I discovered that they have like super cute and one here, and that's it. So easy, so cute. Let me turn it so you can see it. Don't you love it? It was simple, it's affordable, and I got it from the Dollar Tree. Okay, so that's the end. I hope you all learned a lot about the origins of Halloween. And I hope you all enjoyed my Halloween design. Again, have a great Halloween. I hope you have fun. Please remember to be safe and enjoy. Happy Halloween. Did you all like my Halloween video? If so, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, let me know. Do you like my costume? I know it's not a full costume, but let me know what you think.